Hello everyone. Today I will recap the movie Battleship. This is a battle against the alien race that invaded Earth. Will humans win when they possess more advanced weapons than us? Let's watch today's recap with me. In 2005, scientists discovered a planet with life and a climate similar to Earth. Therefore, NASA invented a satellite 5 times more powerful than the previous device. This project is called the Guide, in Hawaii. This planet also has its own solar system and the perfect distance to sustain life. Today, scientists decided to transmit a signal to the satellite, then amplify it many times and send it to the other planet. People are extremely excited about this historic event, not knowing that this decision will attract aliens to Earth. At a bar, Alex Hopper is celebrating his birthday with his brother. While preparing to blow out the candles, Alex accidentally saw a charming girl. Alex went to her seat to get acquainted. As soon as he knew she wanted chicken, Alex promised to have cake for her in 5 minutes. Then, he rushed to the nearby shop, but this shop was also closed. Alex had a crazy idea. Alex decided to sneak into the shop. Although he was a bit destructive, he still paid properly. The police chased after him and shot him with a stun gun. Finally, Alex fulfilled his promise to bring the cake back to her. Thanks to that, she left a deep impression on Alex. The next morning, Alex had to soak in an ice bath because of the injuries all over his body. His brother Stone criticized him for touching the fire ant nest, because the girl last night was the beloved daughter of a Navy admiral, and Stone was a soldier under his command. Alex was 26 years old and still had no job, so his brother decided it was time for Alex to join the discipline. After that, he forced his younger brother to join the Navy with him. The news reported about the multinational naval exercise called REMPOC, which gathered 14 countries and more than 20,000 soldiers. The exercise took place not only underwater, but also on land. Today was the soccer match between FC USA and FC Japan. Before anything happened, the Japanese team was already leading by 2 goals. Luckily, at the end of the match, Alex scored a goal to save face. In the last minute, Alex was kicked in the face by the opposing team. In return, they got a penalty. After concentrating all his strength, but Alex missed the shot. The opposing team won. After the match, Alex was under pressure again by his hot girlfriend, who was none other than Sam, the daughter of a Navy admiral. He had to practice speaking up in advance, so that he could ask the admiral to let him marry Sam. Outside the Earth, the satellite continued to send signals into space, but this time, there was a response from Planet G. The next morning, the opening ceremony took place on the Missouri, but Alex was late. The admiral saw it and was not pleased at all. Young people are like that, but in return, Alex has a talented captain brother. After the ceremony, Sam asked his father for permission to let Alex talk to him privately. Alex saw his face, started to get nervous, and ran to the bathroom to calm himself down. But unfortunately, he met Nagata, the person who had kicked him in the face earlier. So the two got into a fight that they would never forget. Very quickly, both were reprimanded by the admiral for their actions. He called Alex to stay and talk to him alone. The admiral was very angry about his actions. Although he recognized that Alex was talented, he was undisciplined and could not be a leader, and he gave him one last chance to stay in the military. The next morning, the REMPOC exercise began. The aircraft carriers and countless warships have set sail. The soldiers are extremely excited. Alex is an officer of the John Paul Jones. He began to show his ability. Before he could say a few words, he was picked up by a helicopter. Stone scolded that Alex was about to be kicked out of the Navy, and that he himself could not save his stubborn younger brother. In Hawaii, Sam is a female military medic. Today, she received treatment for a soldier named Mick, who used to be a lieutenant colonel in the US Army. During a battle, he lost both of his legs. Sam invited Nick to go hiking with her. At the same time, NASA discovered 5 objects approaching Earth. Scientist Cal, who was taking care of several satellite dishes on the island, suddenly heard a call from NASA and he rushed in. This time, one of the 5 strange objects hit an extraterrestrial satellite. One of them was separated from its orbit and fell straight into Hong Kong, China. The other 4 fell into the sea near Oahu Island. The strange object that fell into Hong Kong destroyed countless buildings, causing thousands of casualties. At the Pentagon, the leaders were in a meeting when they learned that this was an object sent from Planet G. The ship-shaped object was said to not exist on Earth. They determined that it was a communication ship. Scientist Cal and his assistant trembled in fear. Admiral Shane also received a report that strange objects were lying in the sea where he was practicing. He immediately sent 3 destroyers, John Paul Jones, Myoko, and Sampson, to investigate. Stone saw the object floating on the water, but strangely, the radar did not detect it. Could it have a stealth feature? Stone sent a team to investigate the situation. Alex and his teammates thought it was just a drill. Then, Alex jumped onto it himself to check it out, but as soon as he touched it, he was electrocuted and thrown dozens of meters away. At the same time, the object released an electric pulse into the sky, establishing a magnetic field around the Hawaiian Islands. The jet plane that entered the magnetic field disintegrated into dust. The admiral realized this was no longer a drill, so he immediately issued an emergency alert to the surrounding ships. Inside the object, spaceships emerged from the water. Soon, 3 spaceships appeared facing them, but it seemed these spaceships had no good intentions. One of them even emitted an electric pulse to attack humans, cutting off the ship's communication system. One of the warships immediately fired at it, but the spaceship then changed its target, flew high, and passed over Alex's group. It began to open its cannon and fire directly at the naval warship. The John Paul Jones warship immediately activated its close-range weapon, but it was one step too late. A bullet struck the ship's hull. Fortunately, the explosion did not destroy the ship. Alex drove the ship furiously and fired bullets at the spaceship. Seeing that his younger brother was in danger, Stone immediately drove the ship straight forward and fired his cannons at it. The spaceship changed targets and returned fire with a barrage of bullets. Although the humans fought back, they still missed a few explosive bombs, and a terrible explosion blew the crew away. The front of the Sampson ship was punctured, but Stone still ordered his crew to open fire. This time, the alien spaceship fired countless bullets that hit the Sampson's hull. Stone could only helplessly look at his brother one last time. In less than a minute, the ship exploded. Alex was heartbroken and immediately returned to the nearby John Paul Jones ship. Because the captain and the deputy captain were both dead, Alex became the acting captain. Now, hatred blinded Alex's eyes. He decided to charge straight at the enemy. Nagata saw that his ship was in danger and immediately fired his cannons to support them. As a result, in less than a minute, his ship was hit by a round of bullets that exploded, killing countless soldiers. Even though he knew he needed to turn the ship around to save the crew of the Myoko, Alex stubbornly charged forward. Seeing this, Beast grabbed Alex's shirt and reminded him about the lives of the remaining crew. Alex came to his senses and quickly turned the ship to the right to save his teammates. As soon as the humans stopped attacking, the spaceship automatically retracted its weapons. After that, they launched 3 objects that looked like fire wheels. They quickly rushed straight to the mainland. 2 of the wheels aimed directly at the nearby airbase, swiftly destroying countless helicopters below. They continued forward, sweeping away all the human weapons. A plane tried to fly high to avoid them, but was still cut in half by the tentacles. Meanwhile, the 3rd wheel had already determined its target and flew down, piercing through everything in its path. Suddenly, it realizing the humans were safe without weapons, it paused for a few seconds before continuing to attack the road pillars next to it. Countless vehicles fell below, creating chaos. Meanwhile, the admiral still had no way to contact anyone inside the magnetic field. They were almost isolated. Nagata criticized Alex's recklessness for causing countless casualties. On the other side, Sam was climbing a mountain when he saw a streak of light flying overhead. It turned out that the streak of light was an alien craft that landed near the satellite device. The aliens began to walk down to observe their surroundings. The police also received the news and immediately followed them. The police told Sam that the aliens had attacked the naval base. Currently, all phone and internet networks were down. After that, the police left a car and continued on their way. After a while, they were all attacked by the aliens. On the John Paul Jones, the Navy also discovered the body of an alien. Nagata and Alex pulled down its mask, shocking both of them. The alien looked very similar to humans and had limbs. When Alex shined a light into its eyes and woke it up, he realized through its gaze the aliens' ambition to invade Earth. At the same time, the ship was punctured. The aliens led troops to rescue their teammates. After that, they quickly boarded their aircraft and escaped. Alex had a hunch that there were still aliens left on the ship, so he and the others went to check. An unfortunate soldier was ambushed by a monster. Then, the monster kicked a door and flew into the engine room. It did not attack Beast because it did not recognize him as a danger. The monster looked at the ship's engine and wanted to destroy it, but Beast was not afraid and rushed forward to stop him. But how could humans fight back against a large alien? Just as the monster was about to finish off Beast, Alex appeared. He took out his gun and shot at the creature, but it was unharmed, and then he was beaten by the monster. Luckily, Rakes distracted the monster. He ordered her to go to the cannon, while he lured the creature away to destroy it. The ferocious alien rushed after him and punched Alex, causing him to fall. Just as it was about to end his life, Rakes quickly controlled the cannon to aim at the alien's face and destroyed it. Meanwhile, Sam and Mick saw the police car being attacked. She quickly picked up the car keys, but unfortunately, the aliens returned. In the midst of the danger, she managed to escape. They also met Cal. Cal was extremely brave, but when he saw Mick's legs, he begged for his life. At the same time, NASA investigates the destruction of the alien communication ship and learns that their plan is to attack Wahoo Island to capture the satellite, so they can call in reinforcements to invade Earth. This caused a wave of violence around the world. The world's governments issued warnings to the people and vowed to use all their strength to fight back against the aliens. On the John Paul Jones, Nagata came up with the idea of using tsunami warning buoys to set up a control network. They would then display hydrometeorological data, and when the buoys were hit by waves, they would transmit signals. Finally, they would combine the nautical chart with the buoys. Thus, they were able to replace the radar. Because of this, Alex recognized that Nagata was more worthy of being captain than he was. At the same time, an alien spaceship sunk one of the buoys. Nagata ordered a probe missile to be fired at the next buoy, but after missing the first time, he fired a second missile, which also missed. Not only did he fail to kill the enemy, but he also revealed his location, causing both alien spaceships to rush straight toward them. Not only that, but the aliens also continuously fired at their ship. Alex ordered the ship to reverse, dodging 3 bullets. The other 3 were shot and exploded before they fell onto the side of the ship. Nagata determined the coordinates, where they would move next, and fired missiles in both directions. As a result, they successfully blew them up this time. Both enemy spaceships sank deep beneath the ocean. This time, the aliens continued to send reinforcements to Wahoo Island. They wanted to establish a transmission line to Planet G. The brave Cal went to get the tools, but was discovered. In the nick of time, he grabbed it, and they contacted Alex's destroyer. He realized that his lover was safe. Sam warned him that the aliens were trying to transmit a signal from the mountaintop, and that he had 4 hours to destroy it. During the conversation, a final spaceship appeared, but it moved randomly, making it impossible for Nagata to judge its direction. Alex accelerated the ship toward Wahoo Island, where they would have to face the Scary. Here, Alex assigns Orly to steer the ship away from the reef, while he and Nagata work together to snipe the enemy ship. Not long after, the sun gradually rose, and the alien destroyer appeared. As soon as the sunlight shone on them, Alex and Nagata took turns shooting, shattering the ship's shield and blinding the enemy crew. Then, they launched an all-out attack. Very quickly, the alien spaceship exploded, but before they could celebrate, 3 fire wheels flew out of nowhere, rushing straight into the destroyer and beginning to tear everything apart. The soldiers panicked and ran away. In that moment of danger, Rake saved Worley. Nagata helped Alex out of the ship's hold just as the ship began to explode, nearly killing both Nagata and Alex. The soldiers who escaped quickly brought life buoys to rescue their comrades. The fire wheels continued to destroy the ship. Nagata and Alex crawled to the bow together, both jumping into the sea just before the ship was cut in half. With only 3 hours left, Mick and Sam decided to disrupt the aliens' plan, buying time for the army to destroy the place. Meanwhile, the aliens were gradually completing the final stage of their plan. On this side, Alex still refused to give up. He thought of the legendary battleship Missouri. While the soldiers were nearly in despair, the legend soldiers of the ship gathered to help. The fighting spirit of the old soldiers burned once again, and together they restarted the ship. The ship's engine roared to life with steam, and the rockets were replaced by heavy guns. This was truly a legendary vessel. Beast used electric welding to cut the ship's anchor chain. The ship was like a monster freed from its shackles, beginning to split the waves and move forward. The museum's electric panel was also removed and replaced with gun turrets loaded with ammunition, ready to burn the enemy. But there was one thing they didn't expect. The ship they thought couldn't move was Alien's main ship. The aliens quickly used all their firepower to aim at the humans. Alex decided to aim all the cannons at one side of the alien ship. However, it was obvious that the cannons were deflected. The aliens noticed something strange and held their fire. Alex turned the ship to the left at full speed, and alien ship moved along with it. The aliens also fired their cannons to block the humans' move. Alex instructed everyone to drop anchor quickly. The anchor pulled the ship to one side to avoid the bullets. Only then did Alex fire back. All 3 cannons attacked simultaneously, causing serious damage to the monster ship. The humans started to reload the cannons again, and then removed all the anchors. The aliens weren't defeated yet. They fired back in retaliation, and a few bullets struck the deck, causing explosions. But against this legendary battleship, what were a few bullets worth? The humans fired their cannons again in response to the aliens, while the old soldiers continuously fired at them. The monster's warship was quickly destroyed, and the magnetic field disappeared. The admiral immediately sent jets for support. Alex told Nagata that this was his strategy, and Nagata recognized Alex's brilliance. Meanwhile, on the top of Malwahu, the aliens had connected to their satellite, sending a signal for reinforcements straight into space. At that moment, Sam drove straight in, destroying all their wires and cutting off their connection to the satellite. Unfortunately, Sam became stuck in the car, prompting Mick to get out and confront it. He took out his stick, rushed straight at one of the aliens, and knocked it down, removing its mask. This alien couldn't withstand the sunlight, so he was unable to resist. In a frenzy, he pulled out a knife and stabbed randomly. In that moment of danger, Cal promptly knocked him down. Mick grabbed his arm and strangled him to death, while Cal ran to free Sam. On this side, the Missouri had only 1 cannon left, but it weighed nearly half a ton. They had to carry it to the usable gun mount. Finally, they successfully reloaded. On the other hand, the aliens restarted the signal to space. The 3 of them escaped together, just before the bombs began to rain down on the mountaintop. Suddenly, the alien spaceship launched a powerful attack, sending out a fire wheel and destroying the human warship. Now, the warship had only 1 bullet left. Alex turned to Nagata and said he was honored to fight alongside him. Then, he aimed the last cannon at the top of Mount Wahoo. The explosion quickly leveled the entire mountain range and blew away all the aliens present. At the same time, 3 trains were rushing toward the warship. In that moment of danger, the jets shot them down just in time, saving the battleship Missouri. Then, the jets attacked and destroyed the alien spaceship, while the satellite equipment on top was left in ruins. The soldiers cheered and celebrated their victory after the battle. The admiral honored the heroes who died in the battle and also paid tribute to former Lieutenant Mick Canales. The president posthumously awarded the Medal of Honor to Lieutenant Colonel Stonehopper. Alex was promoted to major and received the silver medal. They all took a souvenir photo together, and Alex also made a close friend in Nagata. Sam hugged Alex and reminded him that it was the right time to talk to his father. However, his father was already standing there. The boy confessed that he was in love with Sam and wanted to marry her. Shane flatly refused the boy's offer, but invited him to go eat chicken together, and lovingly scolded Alex for giving up so easily. The movie is over. Times create heroes, right? Alex, a young man with no discipline, was almost kicked out of the Navy. After witnessing the death of his brother and his comrades, he realized the importance of making careful decisions. Since then, Alex has become wiser and has saved the world. Are there other planets like Earth in the vast universe? Hopefully, the inhabitants of those planets are as lovable as the people on Earth. Do you agree that war always causes pain? I hope this world will never experience war, so that everyone can live in happiness. Thank you for supporting the channel. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up and leave a comment about your feelings regarding the movie. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel to follow the latest movie recaps. See you again!